Hello students, we are doing a potentiometer and motor experiment on Tinkercad. So let's go to tinkercad.com, sign in and get to your dashboard. Okay. So once you're at your dashboard, or you can just go to tinkercad.com/dashboard. On the left side, click circuits and create a new circuit. It's going to open up a new circuit window for you to work in. Go ahead and click on whatever random name it gives you and type in potentiometer, and motor. Press enter. And we're going to be bringing in the breadboard from the components menu. We're going to be bringing in a switch and this hobby gear motor. And we're also going to be using the 1.5 batteries, but we're going to use 4 of those. 4. Okay, so then click on your workspace and let's zoom out a little bit. You can tap R on your keyboard to rotate the breadboard or use the rotate button there. We are also going to pull in the potentiometer. Where's the potentiometer? Right here. Grab that, drag that in. Let's rotate this as well. Alright, so once you have those components on your workspace, we can move on. Let's go ahead and plug in our battery. So positive to positive, negative to negative. You can change your wire colors if you want to stay organized and know what's what. We're going to take the potentiometer and we're going to rotate that, and also change this to, let's make that 330 ohms. We're going to make it a little easier than what the physical wiring up would be, since we have it virtually. Just a little bit easier. Okay. Rotate your switch, plug that in. Okay, so your potentiometer should be in E1. Your switch should be in E10, just like you see here. All right. Now we're going to take, let's see. We're going to take power and plug it into A1, make that red. And we're going to take the positive and plug that into B2. So what's going to happen is power is going to go through the positive rail, through this wire, through the row, through the potentiometer, back out of the potentiometer, through the wiper, through the motor, and then we're going to go negative to the switch, which is right here. Bam. Make that black. Okay. And then the switch is going to go back to black here. So what should happen is electrons will flow from the positive rail through this wire, through the potentiometer, out the wiper, through the positive leg of the motor, out the negative leg of the motor, through the switch, back out the common, and to negative. That's a circuit. So when I click on Start Simulation, you should start to see that the little motor axle is starting to spin, which is what we want. Okay. And then when you click on the switch, it turns it off. So an off switch is an open switch. An on switch is a closed switch. And then if we increase the resistance of the potentiometer, we will see that the RPMs here slow down. Let me stop the simulation. It's a little hard, so this is it's supposed to show you the rotations. Let me just move this so that it's right side up. I know that's going to be a little confusing right now, but if I start the simulation now, I can see it's 183 RPMs right now, with it all the way down, with the resistance all the way to the least resistant part of the potentiometer. So if I rotate that and increase the resistance, you can see the RPMs really slow down. If you have your electronics kit, the physical kit, you have a motor just like this. You have a potentiometer and a switch. You can plug in all of your components in a very similar way. If you haven't seen the video before this one where I'm showing you actually how to wire this all up, I plug it into different spots just to make it a little easier. With the physical kit, you'll see the same exact thing. When you increase the resistance on the potentiometer, your motor is going to slow down. Okay, and when you open the switch, the motor is going to completely stop. And when you close the switch, the motor will turn back on. If you don't have the kit, if you don't have the physical kit, this is the experiment I want you to see do on Tinkercad, and this will count as your this will count for credit. Okay. So I want to see a screenshot of it off just like this with the start simulation with the switch open, 0 RPMs, and then on with it saying, you know, a certain number of RPMs. Show me a couple different positions of the potentiometer, and that will count for credit. Okay, that is the potentiometer and motor experiment